Stress kills. It's as simple, as straightforward, and as scary as that statement. There's no reason to sugarcoat it. There's no way around it. Stress affects our physical and our psychological health and well-being. We need to recognize it for what it is. The symptoms that are associated with stress can vary widely, and they can vary from person to person, which is why oftentimes we don't even make the connection between stress and whatever is ailing us. Some statistics suggest that anywhere from 75 to as high as 90% of all doctor's visits are related to stress or symptoms or ailments that are related to stress or brought on by stress. That number is staggering. Anywhere from 75 to as much as 90% of doctor's visits. Think about that. Let that sink in. That's huge. So what kind of symptoms can one have as a result of stress? Well, like I said, that is a wide variety of symptoms. Anything from feeling anxious to feeling depressed or unmotivated. You can have physical symptoms such as a racing heart, maybe elevated blood pressure, not being able to sleep, maybe changes in your mood, changes in your appetite. You can experience digestive issues. You may not be able to take in food, or maybe you're a stress eater and eat when you're stressed out. You may have experiences such as constipation or diarrhea. You may feel exhausted. You may have headaches or feel dizzy. Maybe you experience muscle tension or muscle pain or chest pains even. I would be surprised if you did not experience at least some of these, at least one, probably more than one of these symptoms at some point in your life. So what causes stress? Life causes stress. Events and circumstances, people, anything can be stressful to us, but what causes stress to one person is different than what causes stress to another person. So it's our perception of what happens to some degree, to a large degree, that makes a situation or an event or an interaction either stressful or not. Some examples of things that could cause stress are things like traffic, or maybe car accidents, or disagreements or arguments with other people. Money is a source of stress for a lot of people, or lack of money. Sometimes a job can be a source of stress, or any kind of relationship with anyone, be it friends or family. Too many responsibilities, deadlines, and even illness can cause stress. Prolonged stress can deteriorate our health, both physically and psychologically. Chronic and prolonged stress can lead to some serious health issues, things like diabetes and heart disease, including heart attacks. It can increase your blood pressure, and it can decrease your immunity. So what happens in your body when you experience stress? Well, the most important thing to consider here is that when you are stressed, your body releases all kinds of stress hormones, including cortisol and adrenaline. And while stress hormones are not necessarily bad, they're really meant for short bursts of action-taking periods where we need to either run away or fight or maybe hide. So you heard the fight or flight phrase in the past. Well, that's one of the things that stress hormones do, is help us with that. The problem comes into play when we are exposed to these stress hormones on a regular basis for a prolonged period of time. It's this prolonged exposure to stress and the stress hormones that our body releases that can cause health issues. So, what can you do about stress? Well, I think you already know that stress is a part of life. And while you may be able to reduce some of the stress in your life, you probably can't get rid of all of it. Being proactive at reducing the stress in your life is key here. Start by becoming more aware of stress and the different stressors in your life, as well as the effects that stress has on you. Before you can do anything about stress, you have to be aware of it. Understand that it exists in your life and try to pinpoint the sources of stress in your life. Engage in some simple techniques that can help you to reduce stress and its effects. The easiest thing that you can do when you're feeling stressed out is simply stop and take some deep breaths. Deep breathing can help you to relax your body, reduce the stress hormones in your body, and also shift your focus away from the stressful situation. Another simple, straightforward, yet effective technique that I suggest for you is engaging in play and relaxation. Engaging in activities that are fun, playful, and relaxing, whatever they may be for you, can help you to reduce stress. So take a moment to consider what kind of playful or relaxing activities you could engage in order to reduce stress and potentially its effects on you. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to cost money. It doesn't have to take a long time. It could be very simple. Let me give you an example. You can watch some funny videos on YouTube or wherever you get your funny videos from, or you can spend some time with friends or family, or you can go play with your dog or your children, or go for a bike ride, or read a book, or engage in some gardening. Whatever works for you. Engage in play and relaxation activities. Very simple, very effective. Support your body and your mind by giving it the right fuel. I'm talking about keeping a healthy diet. Be mindful of the junk and sugar and excessive caffeine in your daily intake. Feeding your body proper foods means keeping a healthy, strong body, keeping your blood sugar at a steady level, which can affect how you react to stress. It can affect your moods. And of course, how healthy you are, which is related to a healthy diet, will affect how resilient you are to stress and its effects. Make sure you take some time to move your body, and this means exercise. And exercise can mean different things to different people. It can be more intense or less intense depending on your preference and your physical capabilities. But the bottom line is that humans were built to move. We are not meant to sit all day long behind a desk, in a car, and on the couch. So make sure that you engage in some kind of physical activity and move your body on a daily basis. It's a great way to burn off stress and help you to manage stress in your life and the effects that stress has on you and your health. Practice quiet time, such as meditation, or whatever your preference for quiet time may be. This is an important component when we look at effective stress management techniques. It's simple. It doesn't have to take a long time. You don't have to meditate for hours on end. You can take breaks, 5 minutes at a time, a few times during the day. That's enough to quiet your mind and to reduce the stress in your life, to reduce the feelings of stress and anxiety and the myriad of effects that comes with constant or frequent stress exposure. As you can see, these are simple, straightforward, and very doable techniques. So I encourage you to get invested in your own health and well-being. Remember, stress does kill, whether it happens seemingly suddenly or as an effect of accumulated exposure to stress. Your life is far too precious, and you have the responsibility of taking care of yourself. So make sure that you engage in some kind of stress combating activity today. Check out my other videos to learn more about effective stress management. I'll see you in the next video.